on the basis of, you know, getting involved with the wrong kind of. Gosh, she's a director at UBP. Incredible, lovely lady, Charlotte. She was a junior to me once upon a time. Anyway, our opportunity, guys, is a new cryptocurrency. There's nothing too special about the engineering. It's a plain vanilla ERC20 Ethereum based token. If you don't know what that means, it's just one of the many cryptocurrencies. That isn't what makes it special. What makes it special is what we have done with it, right? So you don't have to say that this coin has something special here or there. IMC as a currency, as a crypto token, is fantastic because of who is using it. That is the important part. This website will be available to you in the comment section, and you'll be able to watch this video there as well, which is very informative. It gives you an overall picture of what we're trying to achieve. But the basics are very straightforward. We want cryptocurrency to be usable anytime, anywhere, local or global, online or offline. If you cannot use your cryptocurrency in your daily life, what are you buying it for? And if you're buying any of it, if you're holding any of it, then some of it is for long-term value, a legacy you leave behind for your children and grandchildren and the next generations. But for the time being, you do have a life that you're living and you'd like to enhance the quality of your life. Therefore, crypto should be actually properly usable. A cryptocurrency ecosystem is simply the environment within which we exist. If the environment wasn't there, the cryptocurrency would suffocate. Excuse me. This cryptocurrency IMC, this token, sits on our own public exchange called IM Exchange. IM Exchange is something very unique and extremely powerful, and I'll go into the details in a minute. But I can tell you now, we are the only exchange I am aware of anywhere in the world. There are lots of cryptocurrency exchanges in the world, but compared to those hundreds of the others, we are the only one where the exchange connects, not just connects, but issues a Bank of America debit card. You can now withdraw your cryptocurrency if you stick your Bank of America card in the hole in the wall, and you can get up to $1,000 a day. That's just the beginning. There's a lot more we do, obviously. But you would only want to do that if you really needed the cash. You can transfer using the card, you can make online payments, you can do online shopping with it, or you can withdraw cash. But that's just one aspect of it. That's when you're giving up something of higher value, such as a cryptocurrency, and purchasing instead something of lower value, which is your dollar, sterling, pound, euro, whatever. You're basically swapping something good for something bad. But the reason for doing that is because that is what your local shopkeeper is going to accept. So they don't know yet. They haven't switched on yet. And this is the reality that the vast majority of people you'll come across, they don't yet know just how powerful cryptocurrency is and how it is the future. You are the early adopters. Many years ago, if you are anything like 30, 40 years ago, there was a BBC program with them explaining, so tell me, what is this internet? And then the guy goes and explains, well, it's a series of connected computers. Right, so what does that do? Well, what you do is you plug this cable in here, it's called a modem, and then you dial, and then you have to wait, and then you go, and it takes like a minute or so, and he's like, now we are connected to the internet. So, at that point, nobody thought that within a few years, you'd be using smartphones and what have you, and just swiping your fingers on a touch-sensitive screen and getting a lot of work done that way. So basically, cryptocurrency is just at that really early modem stage, still relatively speaking. And you being in here is like you being one of the first people to ever buy a computer before the others realized that everybody needs a computer. The other thing IMC does is our compensation plan. And then obviously, Why do we have a compensation plan? Because we want as many people on the planet as possible, whether you're in USA or any other country. Now, this includes every single country in all of Africa, Europe, and most of Asia, except maybe North Korea. Other than North Korea, you're welcome to introduce absolutely everybody else to this ecosystem. And for doing so, you get rewarded. You get rewarded, you get paid in dollars, except we don't call them dollars, we just call it a G point. So one G point is $1. Once you have a G point, you have the ability to either go online shopping with it in our own mall. We have our own shopping mall. It's already done. You don't have to wait for it to be put together. Or you can add a friend who has a business, for example, a local. I always give the example of a butcher, a baker, a florist, a cafe, a restaurant, small corner shop, whatever. When you have someone you know that is willing to even think about cryptocurrency, and if they're willing to consider $1 is $1, and they're willing to accept G-Point, you can add them on. When they're added onto the system, you will get commissions personally for adding more people. Right now, we only have four franchisees because it's a very, very new system. Soon we will have many more, and you are the people that can add new people to it if you want to. Or else, what you can do is you can take your IMC back office earnings and convert them into Amazon gift cards and make it a tax efficient way of doing your online shopping. Because for every 1,000 you spend online, you would have earned 1,200, 1,300, even 1,500 first, then paid the tax on it, and what's left is the 1,000, and that's what you spend. Here, things have changed. Our way of giving you the rewards is basically we're giving you digital vouchers. That's what a G point really is. It's a digital voucher worth $1 each. And in that digital voucher, you are now able to simply redeem your shopping. So we give you enough vouchers to get yourself an Amazon card. So the next time you want to buy, I don't know, a PlayStation or a new fridge freezer, or if you want to buy that electric bicycle you've been eyeing and it was quite expensive, but you weren't sure you wanted to spend that much, whatever. If it's available on Amazon, you can convert your back office G points into an Amazon gift voucher and just draw it out. We also have an app coming online very soon that enables you to connect to all the different things that the G point does. The G point is not a cryptocurrency token. The G point is just a digital voucher, okay, just like a discount code. But this is your compensation plan. And this actually, if you wanted to simply withdraw it from the system, it converts into the second most powerful cryptocurrency called Ethereum. In fact, in November, if you got your earnings in Ethereum, by December, your November's earnings would have doubled in value because that's what happened to Ethereum. It went from $700 to $1,400. So, a cryptocurrency is the one that has the potential of going up. Your dollar will always be your dollar. The sterling will always be your sterling. And it actually loses buying power over a period of time. And G Point doesn't, because G Point, although pegged to a dollar, when you withdraw it, you can get crypto out of it. So this is our official Bank of America debit card where you're able to withdraw up to $1,000 a day. You can shop with no limit, transfer with no limit. There's, of course, a initial card issuance fee and an annual fee. So you need to have at least $200 in G points before you can apply for this. But we want you to make money, and I'll prove to you that this company wants you to make money. I'll prove it mathematically. Right? Here's the exchange. This is our main public exchange. This is where all the other cryptocurrency traders come. If you've never traded cryptocurrency, don't worry. This is not for you. Okay? This is for all the other people. So let the other people come and join us here. It's the only cryptocurrency exchange in the world right now that is able to say that we have a safe and secure home where we are registered and licensed, and that home is Wyoming in USA. I'll cover this aspect as well in a short moment. But basically, This is the exchange where people just come and buy and sell and do their usual day trading or whatever trading they like to do. You don't have to be involved in this, but you'll notice IMC is one of the coins here. It's not even populated because the coin is not actually active right now. It will be in a few days' time. But we'll just leave it there for now. This is simply a fantastic exchange to be a part of. And this is going to be potentially one of the largest exchanges going forward in the world because we are cooperating with the existing largest exchange. They are in alliance with us, and they will obviously help us to grow to become a large exchange because in crypto, it's not really a question of competition. It's a question of cooperating with the right people, and then you have a lot of benefits coming out of it. But I'll just show you my account. I've not yet funded it, so don't worry, you're not going to see my total asset size in here. But here, this is the only exchange in the world that actually issues you a Bank of America account. And with this, you get a card. So there is 100 non-refundable and more fees added. But the beauty is that this card is issued by IM Fin Services LLC. This is the parent entity behind the exchange as well as behind the coin, right? The coin is this, and this is the exchange on which the coin is native. This is the homeboy, if you like. And IM Fin Services is actually headed up by Richard C. Slater, the CEO. And he is a lawyer with 30 years of good standing. So now you have some degree of reassurance that this is not just some hastily put together scheme based on cryptocurrency. This is an actual proper long-term solid ecosystem and a cluster of companies that are here to be running and operating profitably for a long, long time. The founder of the biggest exchange in the world is now a billionaire. So obviously the founder of our exchange hopefully will also be a billionaire at some point. And along the way, he will make sure that at least a few thousand of the early people that join in at least get to see their first crypto million coming in. If you'd like to be part of that, then you need to get involved in this ecosystem. There are lots of nice sounding projects out there, but some of them are just blatant frauds and scams. This is the one where you really, really need to pay attention. No other crypto opportunity or multi-level marketing opportunity out there puts a lawyer in front of you to say, we are as legit as this, that we are able to tell you we are put together with the help of a professional, legal professional. Now, what happens with this IM coin is, this is part of the opportunity, right? This is what you're selling to everybody else. First of all, you're buying some for yourself, and then you're going out there and developing a network and selling the same coin in packages to other people around the world. And for doing that, the company is going to pay you. It's going to pay you a very, very generous compensation plan for introducing new people. It's very generous. But that is besides the point that as a member, you get to be your own crypto agent. You get access to this as a member of WCL, of our main opportunity. You can now be a dealer. Did you even imagine you don't know much about Bitcoin, you don't know much about Ethereum, you don't know much about cryptocurrency, but just by joining our opportunity, you can now show off. You can show off to your friends, your network, and tell them, hey, I'm now a Bitcoin dealer. And would you like some Bitcoin? Would you like some Bitcoin? Come on then, I'll get you some Bitcoin. Come to me, I'll show you how to get Bitcoin. And the way to do it is very simple. Once you have set up your account here, as I, you simply click coin purchase. You go to coin purchase, right? You need to send a bank wire, and you choose whether you want Bitcoin or Ethereum. These are the only three offered right now. Forget XRP, focus on Bitcoin or Ethereum. Let's say you want Ethereum, right? The person buying Ethereum and who's coming to you and say, I want to buy some Ethereum, you give them this address, tell them, send your money to this place. And as soon as they've done, give me your proof of deposit So they need to give you the confirmation that the money is actually being sent, not just that take their word for it. We need to see the evidence of the transfer. And as soon as the money is received here, you just um, um, put in here basically how much they bought. Basically, you have a weekly limit of 50,000 US dollars per week. That is 200,000 US dollars. Now, there are people out there thinking, how do I buy some Bitcoin? How do I get in here? How do? You are the dealer. You can show them exactly how to do it. You show them this, that we are able to receive your dollars in a bank, and then you give us your Ethereum address, and that Ethereum address, boom, it'll pay out to you as soon as the money has been received, provided you've given the correct proof of bank wire happening. So you are now becoming basically a crypto dealer. You are a crypto dealer now as soon as you are a member with our opportunity. And all this is made possible because of a legal redefinition in Wyoming. The two houses of Wyoming, upper and lower houses of the legislature in Wyoming state in USA, got together and redefined the Property Act, the sort of Wyoming Utility Token Act, which is a Property Amendment Act. And what they went ahead and did is this. This act classifies certain tokens as intangible personal property. So you know how Swiss watches have value, your jewelry has value, some ladies' shoes and handbags are ridiculous value. So are actually men's sneakers and ties and belts and whatnot. If it's Gucci and whatnot, it's quite expensive, isn't it? So if that is personal, tangible property because you can touch it, this law has simply said that what if Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any other of these utility tokens is simply redefined as an intangible personal property? So it remains a personal property, but it is simply digital. You can't touch it or feel it, but you can transfer it and it still has value. You can transfer the value from one account to another account just because you can't hold it like a normal coin or like a bar of gold or silver or whatever. That doesn't stop it from being an actual piece of property, same as any other asset. And this has been happening because of the governor of Wyoming, Mr. Mark Gordon. He put together a blockchain task force a couple of years ago. Most people didn't even realize what on earth he was doing, but he's basically created Wyoming as a playground for cryptocurrency. And why not? You see, Las Vegas in Nevada is a playground for casinos. Then you have Atlantic City. Dubai in the Middle East is a playground for all the other local people that can't do dodgy things in their own country. They go to Dubai and do all the dodgy things under the sun. Similarly, in Europe, you have Amsterdam, where you can smoke the herbal stuff freely and nobody will stop you, even on the streets. And yet, once you've done that, you go back and all of a sudden in your own country, it may be illegal. So also, China, for example, they have a place called Macau, a former Portuguese Chinese colony. And in Macau, what happens is all the Chinese who are banned from gambling inside China, they just go to Macau, gamble away all day long, and then they go back. So what this guy has done, Mark Gordon, is he's created a little playground for cryptocurrencies, no gambling involved. He's just made a set of laws together that this becomes the single most tax-friendly, advanced, and welcoming environment for any cryptocurrency. And we expect large numbers of global projects wanting to come here and be listed here. And that's why Wyoming is such a special place. If that wasn't enough, our opportunity itself has a legal advisor in Scott Warren. This gentleman here, Scott Warren. And he's basically got more than 38 years of experience in what? In multi-level marketing with a focus on compensation plan review. There is no other opportunity out there, ladies and gentlemen, where I would put my reputation on the line and when I would say, well, as far as I'm concerned, I've done my due diligence. I've done the best I can to bring to you something that you have not one, but two legal professionals who are behind the scenes setting up all the legal framework and leaving the sales and marketing aspect to people like me who are in the front line of this opportunity. So that's just the background. We've not yet started with the company, all right? So this is just the background, just to give you a flavor of just how deep this thing goes. And we'll now switch to the actual compensation plan. So this is the compensation plan. Company is called World Crypto Life. WCL is simply the sales arm for the IMC token. That's all it is. It's the mechanism by which we are bringing the IMC token to as many people around the world as possible. 7 something billion people. Out of those, at least half of those are able to access some form of internet and make some form of informed decision for investments. And out of those, at least a billion are still remaining to join us. So that's your market size out there. I'm sure if you keep at it, you'll find enough people who are interested in crypto. Trust me, because everybody's waking up to it. We are in a very unique phase of time right now where crypto is making all the headlines, all-time high, new high. Bitcoin's gone to $40,000 each. My goodness, 10 years ago it was only $1. Imagine if you had 10 of those, you'd be sitting on 400 grand in dollars. If you just had 10 Bitcoin, you'd be like half millionaire. If you had 20 Bitcoin right now, you'd be a full millionaire. I mean, 10 years ago, if somebody had told you you should buy Bitcoin, would you not have sold something to buy it? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if I had only opened my eyes 10 years ago, I would have probably sold one of my kidneys to get a bunch of Bitcoin. And then for the rest of my life, I could be on dialysis, but at least I'd have a few hundred million to show for it. So anyway, that's the idea, guys. The new wealth is being created right here. And this is an economy that you at least need to get a handle on. You don't need to become experts in everything, but you need to get into this now so that you are able to guide and teach the next generation to open their eyes and keep on top of things and not get sucked up by the old way of doing things. The old way is dying. Pensions are going to collapse at some point. Currencies are going to collapse at some point. There's going to be another financial crisis without fail, without question. Not even a completely deranged person can argue that the world economy has got to collapse at some point. Cryptocurrency is by now, at least on a financial personal account level, looks like a very good lifeline. This is that plank of wood that saved Rose in Titanic, and Leonardo is the dollar, sterling, euro that's sinking away and freezing to death. So what is WCL? I already explained we are basically a world-class crypto exchange. We have our own token on the exchange, and your job is to sell that token. That's it. The exchange is not for you. Don't worry. If you're a trader, you're welcome. If you're not a trader, don't worry about it. The exchange is for the rest of the world, but it has its own token. And that token is the product we want you to sell. It's a digital product, so you've got no delivery to take. You just basically leave it in the back office, and it's all online and digital. It's very clean business and very easy to make money in. Special global debit card is Bank of America, as explained. We have our own online shopping and affiliate companies, as also already explained. I've already done this anytime, anywhere, local, global, online, offline. If you can't use your crypto effectively anytime you need to, then it's a rubbish crypto to hold. We are not like that. We, in fact, want you to be able to use it anytime. The IMC token sits on the exchange. The exchange connects to Bank of America card. You've already seen this graphic. Alliance with a major global exchange. I've already told you Binance, the world's largest exchange, is the one we are in alliance with, right? And the difference is we are actually properly licensed and regulated. Even they, the world's biggest crypto exchange, is not actually properly licensed anywhere. It just floats on the internet, sits on cyberspace. It's way up there. Whereas we actually have Wyoming that we can call home. And it's already launched. It's not a project waiting to be delivered sometime in the future. I'll just go and drink. Okay, so Bank of America card already explained to you, but the Bank of America card is issued in the name of IM Fin Services LLC, which means all the transactions that take place with this card are reported in Wyoming. Would you not like to be able to spend money without anyone asking you where you got it from? Because if they did, you tell them, oh, no, it's my Wyoming company that lets me do this. So there you go. That's one way of becoming tax efficient anywhere else in the world, by having a Bank of America card registered in USA, not registered in your own home country, where they report everything to everybody. The whole world knows what's going on. 1G point is $1. Very simple, already explained. We have our own online shopping portal. Don't worry if you're not into chewable dog toys and what have you. Don't worry, this is for other people to come. You don't have to buy anything here. All the fantastic discounts and everything else, don't worry, it's not for you. No problem. If you like any of the products and services, by all means, spend. If you don't want to spend, no problem. No obligation for you. This is for other people, okay? Not for you. Well, also for you, but there's nothing mandatory here. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to spend anything. That's what I mean. I've already explained this ecosystem. This is simply part of the IM Coin website itself. Same thing. So this is the thing. Our IMC token right now is 20 cents. You know that great big Binance exchange I mentioned? That exchange token was also at 20 cents 3.5 years ago. Now it's $40. I don't know if we're going to be $40. I really hope we are much more than that, because we have a lot more going for us than they do. Our exchange is faster, more capable, technologically more advanced, built on a better platform, and yet we are cooperating with them. So beating them should not be a problem, but just in case we don't, let's say we only perform half as good as them. They finish gold medal and we come in last, no problem. Even then, your 20 cents per token should be worth at least $20. If you're buying a token at 20 cents, and if it's anything like $20, you've made 100 times your early startup cost. Whatever cost you have to enter this business, you should make at least 100 times back. This is one of the ways in which this company wants to bless us, because remember, this company does not need your money to launch the exchange. They've already invested $10 million doing that. They've already invested in all the other companies and prepared the systems, including the mobile phone downloadable app and everything else. So it's not your money they're waiting for. And I'll explain why they're not waiting for your money. So if they're not waiting for your money, what are they looking for? They're looking for you and me to distribute this token to as many people as possible, including our new members here today. You are to buy this token and then take this token and take it to the other people around the world. 20 cents per token, it goes up by 1 cent every time we sell 3 million of those tokens, and there's a whole total of 120 million remaining to be sold. So that's how gradually the token price goes up. 3 million sold, 21. 3 million more, 22. 3 million more, 23. Like that, it goes up by 1 cent for every 3 million sold. But when you buy these, they're locked for 6 months. The reason they're locked for 6 months is because we don't want all of our members simply dumping it in the market all at the same time. That wouldn't be right. We need to protect the value of the token. So we are locked for 6 months. However, when you refer other people and you earn any of these tokens in bonus, they're not locked. Then you're free to sell them in the market, whatever the price in the market. So to enter, you need packages, and you can choose whatever package size you can afford, 100, 500,000, up to 25,000. If you are a team builder, if you understand the value of network marketing and building a team, then you should go for one of the middle packages and then later upgrade with your back office earnings. If you are not sure, but at least you want your toe in the system, toe or foot through the door, as they call it, then go with any of the packages that you are comfortable with in amount. And once you have decided, if you go for any of the bigger packages, we have a very clever way of giving you a discount on it. Basically, you don't buy the big packages, you buy a smaller package, and then you open 2 more accounts of your own using different email addresses and use smaller packages, and you exhausted the same budget. But basically, by sponsoring yourself, you've stacked up your positions, you've paid yourself your own commissions from your own money, and therefore you've proven to yourself that the system actually pays you, and you can take away the early experience of how the compensation plan works. That'll open your mind to basically going out there, dropping pretty much everything else, and bringing in as many people as possible, because this is an extremely powerful business model. Now, what I was telling you, why the company wants us to make money, and I wanted to prove to you, 80% of the entire compensation plan, 80% of all this money that comes in is set aside to pay bonuses to the network. It pays 80% back to the network. 80% is huge, which means the company is only keeping 20% of each of these sales. The remaining 80 is paid out, and it's just a case of you reaching out for those low-hanging fruits to harvest as much as you can. The 80% is then divided in 6 different types of bonuses. And going forward, you'll be paid in a combination of dollars and IMC, except the dollars, we call them G-Point. And those dollars, when you withdraw them, they'll be paid to you in something far superior to the dollar, which is Ethereum. $1 is $1 today. 1 Ethereum is $1,280 right this minute. So if you bear in mind that Ethereum is worth more than $1, your dollars convert to Ethereum, and this is one way of earning Ethereum on a daily basis. Yes, we pay daily. How does it pay daily? Well, if you're a member, or if you have one of the packages, depending on the size of your package, and you've just sponsored somebody, as soon as they've paid, you can see the commission in the back office and you can withdraw it immediately. That's how you get paid on the day one of your members buys a package. You get a fast start bonus. If you're a team builder, it obviously immediately makes sense to you now why you should have one of the middle packages, because it pays you a few levels deeper. So you not only earn on the directs, but also the indirects, and then the next level, and then the next level, and so on. Your ultimate aim is to have the biggest packages that pay all the way 6 levels deep, and that really, really, really adds up. We have at least 5 people who joined in November, and by the end of November have taken home at least $10,000 each, not because they're great recruiters, but because they understood the power of this compensation plan. None of them are really big, famous network marketers or anything. All they did is reach out to their network, start building, get going. And these are 5 very humble, normal people, not famous network marketers, and yet they've managed to take home 10,000 by starting mostly with just a $500 package themselves. Then it also pays a binary bonus. If you're into network marketing, you know what a binary is. You build a right leg and a left leg, and these are 2 separate teams you need to build, and you need to grow both of them. But the weak leg is where it's at. It pays you on the weak leg at least 10% in the binary every single day. So if you see your volume growing because of the directs and the indirects, and then other people coming and upgrading and buying packages, as soon as the volume is coming in, it gets matched in the binary, and based on whatever the matching is, you get at least 10% on the lowest package. If you have one of the higher packages, it can pay up to 15%. When you see the daily limit the company has imposed, let's say for the platinum member, 10,000 daily limit, the company is assuming that all the platinum members will eventually be withdrawing at least $10,000 a day per day. But obviously it takes time to build up a team. And in the meantime, whatever you can earn, you can simply withdraw it. If you didn't want to use it on Bank of America for cash, you can withdraw it as it is in Ethereum instead, which is a wiser and better thing to do than to just go blow cash up using an ATM card. That's the worst way of spending on your lifestyle. Your lifestyle is basically a collection of what firepower you actually have, rather than the money you're spending without having a secure income in the background. So this can become a very secure income in the background, and gives you an opportunity to keep accumulating. Instead of exhausting your firepower on temporary things, you're able to build things up. There's also 3x15 crossover matrix. ignore it. They're the same people that you saw in the binary, and you don't have to build it separately. It's done by the company for you behind the scenes, and you get paid 1% on many, many levels. If everybody came in just with a basic $100 package, you would still make 131,000 by the time you filled out all 15 levels of it. But obviously, people are coming in with $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 packages very comfortably because of the kind of legal framework for this company. So we're seeing larger packages being sold. As a consequence of that, the 1% is no longer just 1% on 100, but it's 1% on 5,000. Therefore, this is just the bare minimum 131,000 that you should be earning by the time everything is filled up. Then comes the rank star bonus. This is simply an achievement bonus, and it's not very difficult. This 5 ranks is not a lot in the world of network marketing. Many other companies have like 12, 13, 14 different levels for you to climb. They keep coming up with very inventive names, Emerald Ambassador and Gold Ambassador, Platinum Ambassador, this ambassador, that. Then you've got presidents, vice presidents, then you have the chairman, deputy chairman, and all that. Here it's just 5 stars, very straightforward, and the company actually pays you to upgrade. So let me give you an example. If you, let's say, if you're about to reach the 3-star position, right? You need 100,000 volume in your weak leg. 100,000 is not a lot. In fact, 2,000, let's start with 2,000 is not a lot. Remember, 80% of any package sold is points value, the commission set aside to pay you, the PV. So a 2,000 package gives you 1,600. One sale of 2,000 and you've already got 1,600. So 2,000 is not that far. So achieving the 1-star rank is actually very easy. You only need a handful of people that come in with the $1,000 or $2,000 package, just few people. And you get paid a $250 bonus as an incentive, right? But then what happens is eventually your team continues to grow. And as you approach 100,000, you need to be at least a silver package holder. The silver package is $2,000. So basically, let's say you go from the $1,000 package to the $2,000 package, you are basically using just $1,000 extra to upgrade to the $2,000 silver package. It's not a big deal, because if you've got 100,000 in your weak leg, even at 10% binary, you've already taken home 10,000. You can surely spare 1,000 to upgrade. The moment you spare that 1,000 to upgrade, you get rewarded 10,000. So the company is actually paying you to upgrade. Each time you approach the next rank, just make sure you upgrade real quick from the back office earnings, and boom, you're incentivized. The moment you reach 1 million, all you have to do is make sure you're a platinum account holder, which is only 10,000, and whack, you get 50,000 rewarded as a one-time only payment. But it's good to have these star ranks as soon as possible, because the star ranks then open up other percentages of global bonuses based on affiliate income from various different streams of business. You get paid on that as well. And if that wasn't enough, you get paid on the performance of other teams. The global pool bonus is basically how are the other teams doing, how much money are they bringing in, and then the pot is then divided amongst all the star rank holders, and you get 1% for being a 1-star. But if you're a 5-star, you're getting 3% because it's 1 plus 1 plus half plus 0.3 plus 0.2. 5-star rank holder will get 3% of the global pot, which is very, very healthy for the amount of money it makes. You really want to get yourself into a star ranking position as soon as possible. And that's about it. We can switch now to any question answers. And if anybody wants to know much, let me know. Anybody?
Yeah, I've got some questions.
Sean.
How's it going?
Hi.
All right, I've actually got a couple of them. All right, so the first thing was the Ethereum or the ERC20 tokens have been known to have very, very high non-scalable gas fees. What are you guys going to do about that?
We don't really have a problem with that, because the regulation, Wyoming regulation we have, is simply that It has to be a usable utility token with a consumptive value. That's the definition of the law, or roughly thereabouts. So the idea is that the token actually never moves out into ether space on etherscan into a third party wallet. It's designed to be between the exchange and our wallets, and that is a blockchain that is within our control. So it is a highly centralized ERC20 token. And I agree with you. I mean, my ears perk up when they say ERC20. I'm like, why have you bothered with ERC20 when you have ERC223 and much higher protocols to follow? But the idea is when you look at the ecosystem itself, its maximum travel range is between the exchange and the wallet, and then the wallet and the exchange. You don't need to worry about the gas fee anymore.
Okay. And then my other question was, you said the coin, the IMC coin, is currently 20 cents. Is there any exchanges outside of yours that it's listed on that's producing enough volume to set it at that price? Or is that just something you guys have put on the website?
Well, no, this token is basically on SAFT basis right now, which is
Sorry, what was
a
that again?
securities SAFT.
What does that mean?
That is securities agreement for future tokens, right?
Okay.
So what it is you are buying a certain allocation of the tokens now, but they're not yet issued on Etherscan. So IMC does not yet exist on Etherscan. So it's not even out there on any blockchain at all right now. But we have our own blockchain because it is basically the BNB equivalent for our exchange, right? It's the Huobi token equivalent for our IM exchange. So it will be populated. Remember, the exchange only came live in November. It's still gone through beta testing till first week of January. It's not yet been populated. So issuing the tokens to all our members was basically pointless. But what we did is we started with the sales force. So right now, the multi-level marketing aspect is practically working like a bounty program where everybody has their allocation of tokens. And the moment it goes live on Etherscan, the back offices are having their own respective their own respective IMC wallets still being added into the back office. The moment it's available, you get the allocation in actual tokens.
Okay, so it's kind of like an ICO.
It's more of an IEO.
Explain that.
Well, ICO is basically when in the past, in the 2016, 17, new tokens were launched. They would all were after ICOs, and then came the STOs, security token offerings, which wanted to be a little more legitimate by being backed by something real, physical, and then came the stable coins. Then came the IEOs, because what happens is an exchange already has the trading volume and the eyeballs to pick out new tokens that are being listed. So a lot of tokens started being launching themselves as an IEO. As an example, I'll give you a token called ZHT, which is listed on WenX exchange in Singapore, properly licensed and regulated as well. WenX started selling ZHT tokens at 7 cents, then 10 cents, then 20 cents, then 30 cents, and it kept going up to $1. So the last issue in November last year was $1 per token, which was already sort of priced into the exchange offering. But the only people that could access it were the people that had an WenX exchange account. So it was basically for the eyeballs only for the traders on the exchange. Anyone that wanted to buy the ZHT token could not just apply to the company ZHT or Zapego, which is a British company. And I've consulted with them. I can show you some more information if you like. But what they did is IEOs would basically use their exchange existing trading volume and mechanism to start releasing the tokens to the public. But then you have a level of uncertainty. You don't actually know whether at, let's say, 65 cents, that allocation of tokens would be sold out or not. And then you have price concerns, basically, that if that is not a fully sold out allocation, why would someone pay 70 cents the following week, etc.? So IEOs are staggered, phased, exchange-based ICOs, same principle, But an ICO can be run independently by any project, whereas an IEO is handed over to the exchange to say, here, guys, here are our tokens, go ahead and sell them to your audience.
Okay. My other question was, what if someone wants to join but doesn't want to pay the $100 for the card fee? Can they still participate in sharing the business?
The $100 is not mandatory at all. This is actually a very, very good question. I'm glad you asked. And for everybody else's benefit, I personally am not going to get the Bank of America ATM card because I will only be slightly foolish when I'm going to spend my precious crypto using an ATM card because I'll be thinking in my mind, go on then, one more, why not? Stick it in the wall and you can get your money out. I'll not be doing that anytime soon. Okay. The idea is that Bank of America card is an option available to you, and it is useful to many people in many other countries because now they're getting effectively a Bank of America bank card with the ability to transfer US dollars into their country and show it as foreign income, and that becomes tax efficient for their local economy, whatever. So it's a useful tool to have if you need it, but by no means is it mandatory to you. And this is why I'm telling you, your back office earnings are best, and I cannot say this enough. As you start earning your daily reward based on your progressive team building and referral of other people, your daily reward is best withdrawn immediately when available using Ethereum. You need a minimum of 100. When you have 100, just suck it out of the system, and now you have Ethereum in your own wallet, and be happy with something far more valuable than the dollar as a compensation plan. So I hope that helps. The cards are not mandatory at all. They're completely voluntary.
Okay, and then my other question was, can people buy XRP right now from your exchange?
Yes, XRP is available. Because of the nature of our audience, where not everybody's been into crypto for a long time, until the last day that the company was originally paying in XRP only, our withdrawals were in XRP only. So my entire November compensation was XRP. XRP went from 25 cents to 65 cents. My November earnings basically trebled in the second week of December. I don't know why I thought, I don't have enough Ethereum. Let me flip to Ethereum when it was still $750. So I flipped my money into Ethereum, and now Ethereum is double the money. So basically, my November earnings are now 6 times of what I actually earned in November just by using the XRP. But XRP is not something I recommend for everybody here. It is going through a lawsuit imposed by the SEC. And just to give a little bit of clarity, the Securities and Exchange Commission is actually a fairly incompetent, useless government organization that only ends up fining banks in retrospect for its own failures of preventing the banks being as fraudulent as they are. And what one of the 3 main roles of the Securities and Exchange Commission in the USA is to prevent market manipulation. Guess what? They've known XRP and the Ripple organization for 7 years. And just when we are coming out of a 2-year crypto winter, and just when the bull run is beginning, they throw in a lawsuit. So they themselves have become the single largest market manipulators I can think of. And I do not like what they're doing. There is a counter lawsuit against XRP. But then there are other banking systems around the world, especially in Japan, that are more than happy to accept XRP because it's a very efficient 4-second settlement time, supremely efficient back office transaction tool for a lot of institutional trading. And what happens as a consequence of that is 95% of XRP volume is traded outside the USA. The lawsuit is more of a gimmick. So I do personally expect XRP to actually skyrocket at some point. If you're a holder of XRP, don't lose your nerve just yet. If you can accumulate it, please do. But not everybody has the stomach to tolerate the volatility imposed by these government agencies that create fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So I hope, Sean, that kind of clarifies. Yes, you can buy XRP with a sales agency. But the current withdrawal system will only give you Ethereum. But the CEX crypto agency, which you get access to as default, you just need to set up your account and make sure all the credentials are the same as your WCL credentials are the same as CEX credentials. As soon as you have that, you can actually buy XRP to whatever 50,000 per week if you like.
Okay, but you just said you can't withdraw the XRP, so you have to keep it on a centralized exchange.
No, allow me to explain. WCL, the business opportunity where most of our people, our audience, are interested in, pays out, gives you G points in dollars, right? G points are basically dollar revenue that you've collected by referring other people. When you withdraw it in crypto, it used to be XRP, now it's only Ethereum. So you only get Ethereum payment, you don't get XRP anymore because the company realized, okay, well, we don't want our crowd to get into trouble. Let's give them Ethereum instead of XRP. So that has changed. But attached to that opportunity is the CEX exchange, where you can literally get somebody else to bank wire money in, and as soon as you can put the proof of bank wire in that system and put in the amount and their XRP tag as well as their XRP address, they can withdraw either Bitcoin, Ethereum, or XRP up to 50,000 per week all day long.
Okay. And then my other question was, are there any country limitations for people that want to, join the exchange and buy cryptocurrency?
There are no limitations whatsoever that I'm aware of. The FATF and the internationally imposed sanction list of countries actually truly doesn't apply. I'll be very surprised if you have friends in Iraq and Syria, but other than that, there's nothing stopping you from introducing people from. Sorry, Nikos, you were going to say?
And no KYC for the CX.
No KYC for CEX. No, you don't need KYC because, see, remember, CEX and WCL are part of IAM Fin Services, which are already Wyoming registered companies, right? So being a Wyoming limited liability company means that you are essentially buying private property. Now, when you go to a pawn shop and you pick up a secondhand Rolex or something fancy, some kind of piece of art that somebody has pawned away, and you want to buy it, when you go to buy that thing, you don't need KYC. You take cash and pay for it because it's private property. So the ecosystem has created a private property buying and selling exchange mechanism inside Cheyenne, Wyoming. And therefore, no KYC for CEX, no KYC for WCL. The only KYC ironically needed is for Bank of America because they're a third-party card issuer.
Okay. My other question was, what's the address in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and can we come visit?
You can visit Richard C. Slater himself, but in terms of physical address, this is a cyberspace-based business. We have 3 different addresses, but if you Google those addresses, which I have, I've literally looked at the map and everything, it's a building. And there's no real physical office needed because all of our staff that are basically the support service, the G Point marketing plan, even our franchises, they're all based in LA. And if you want to go to LA instead and meet with the CEO of the opportunity, even with the owner who funded it with $10 million, if you want to meet Richard Pyo, if you want to meet Francis Yoon, they're all Koreans in Los Angeles. If you want to meet them, they're more than welcome. You can go shake hands, interview them, whatever, no problem.
Okay, what's the address in Los Angeles?
In LA, I can get you the address. It's something Boulevard. Let me see if I can find it right now. But G Point Mall, hang on, let me just get G Point.
So the company's being ran out of Los Angeles, but it's registered in Wyoming. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. You hit the nail on the head there. Because you don't have to be in Wyoming. I mean, Wyoming right now is 3 feet of snow and tumbleweed and a few, the population of Cheyenne is 60,000, which here in London, Wembley Stadium can fit like 90,000 people. Cheyenne is just 60,000. So Cheyenne is sparsely populated, which is one of the reasons why they were able to pull this off. because they need an economy. They were looking at, well, what can we do? Why can't we become the new crypto Las Vegas in the world? And instead of going down the route of gambling and casinos or prostitution, they've decided we're going to do crypto and blockchain instead. And if you just take some time and Google search by yourself, you'll find articles by a Wall Street banker called Caitlin Long, Forbes articles and all sorts telling you why Wyoming is such a big game changer. The problem is a lot of these global projects are not yet moving to Wyoming simply because they are already committed. They're spent on legal fees in Malta, in Gibraltar, Estonia, and all the other shitty locations around the world, that they're not going to immediately switch to Wyoming. But once they realize what Wyoming actually offers, we are expecting basically a stampede coming into Wyoming. But yes, the company is mainly run out of California.
Okay, and can you disclose that address for us over this call?
Yeah, sure. Bear with me. I'm just trying to get into G Point Mall. So let me first go WCL. Let me share my screen as well. While it's still recording, you can basically get to see what I'm doing. Right, so World Crypto Life, WCLonthego.info is basically the training website for our members. In this training website, you'll see a number of things. One of them is Francis Yoon, the MLM CEO, presents here the compensation plan way better than I do. Here, how to register. Here, how to place your members in the genealogy. How the back office should look like and what you can see there. This pink thing in the middle is very important. This is our architect, Roy Seung-gi Kim, who's a bit of a rock star architect from South Korea. He was involved in creating Binance 3.5 years ago. And he's run a number of CTO positions in a number of major companies. And he is our architect. He explains in Korean, and Mr. Francis Yoon, who's also Korean, explains it and translates it here. So you will see how we are actually a decentralized finance converged crypto exchange. We have cash management account, meaning you can earn interest. We make seamless crypto conversion from online to offline business. And all these aspects of the business are explained in this video over here. Then you have the G-Point presentation itself. G-Point is created by a young guy called Jimmy Lee. Again, his details, his presentation is shown here, and he explains what he's basically created in there. Our coin marketing video explaining the Wyoming ecosystem, as well as why we are in Wyoming in the first place, is here. How to use CEX. CEX is our baby exchange. So remember, IMEX is our main public-facing exchange. CEX is our opportunity-only, members-only crypto agency that turns you into a broker-dealer for the public as far as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP are concerned. Those are 3 tokens currently available in the back office to buy. So this is the explanation here. Both are debit card. I mean, don't go into that just yet. You've got multiple languages, and here is the beauty. The WCL marketing website, the coin website, G-Point marketing website, IM Exchange, and CX Exchange all listed here in one go. And then you've got the compensation plan, presentations, etc. in multiple languages. And here you go, 6 Center Point Drive, La Palma, California, 90623, United States. When you click this WhatsApp message, you will be in touch with Nicholas Bailey. Nicholas Bailey is the Chief Technology Officer for our WCL ecosystem. So let me rephrase that. IM Exchange CEO is the founder of the company, Richard Pyo, and the architect CTO is Roy Kim. They are responsible for the exchange. WCL is just a sales arm of the ecosystem. This is only for selling of the ICO token, of the IEO tokens to the rest of the world, across the world. And this particular presentation here is by the CEO of the opportunity, not the exchange. His name is Francis Yoon, and the CTO here is Nicholas Bailey. So Nicholas Bailey has created this website to make everything collated in one place and easy for everyone to access everything in one go. And you can ask direct questions in here. Now, obviously, if they don't know who you are, if they don't know you, if they don't recognize you from, like, for example, let me show you here. For the month of December, there was a promotion. I'm the only 2-star member in the month of December, and there's a bunch of others here that made it to 1-star, and they'll eventually catch up as well. So this is me, Prem Johal. I've achieved 2-star rank in December. I only joined in November, and I only joined because I first did my due diligence on the legal structure behind it. Otherwise, I don't touch these things, especially ERC20 tokens. So what happens then is, if obviously your response is a matter of, we have thousands of members already now, and to what level of detail you want to ask your questions is a matter of, do they recognize you as a leader, or are you just basically asking questions for sake of questions? So it's best you get in touch, introduce yourself on WhatsApp yourself, and then he can explain to you everything that you need to know. The company is a little bit shy on revealing a couple of aspects, and I will tell you that when I stop the recording. I might as well stop it now, actually. So Richard Pure, I've stopped recording. Richard Pure, the CEO, came 5 years ago from South Korea. He's already built some software companies over there, made a lot of money, came to Los Angeles. It's a small community of Koreans in Los Angeles. And as a consequence, he met the only Hollywood celebrity in LA. And you know the guy who jumps out of the back of a car in the movie Hangover. Yeah, that's the actor. And he's one of the co-investors and co-partners in the company. But him being a celebrity, he doesn't want the rest of the world to know about or talk about it or anything, which is why I'm not recording this. And I only found out because I persistently kept digging for answers, because I started building this on November 3rd last year. And when they saw that, okay, well, I was actually helping grow the ecosystem and I was rising very quickly in overall volume, the CEO started talking, and I'm now almost in daily touch with him. And things change when you are able to prove you're a mover and shaker in the business. And then that's when these things come out. So the top leaders are USA based, all of them, and they basically know a lot more of what's going on. We are adding the world's largest travel agency in the back office. You'll be able to pay crypto and get 110% price guarantee on all your travel packages, including prices for flights. We're adding USA's largest CBD company, which is Hemp Heaven of Wisconsin. They are being added to the ecosystem. One of the largest realtors in the USA who can offer you properties in almost all 50 states. We're adding them in the back office, so you can now buy real estate using crypto. So all these franchise ecosystems are being added little by little. I don't know that much because of time difference mainly, and I'm not there. But these guys are there. We ask the questions, we've got the answers, plenty of satisfactory questions, answers we've got. But if you want to know something more specific, if you want to drill down a little deeper, Sean, for your own personal satisfaction, then I suggest get in touch with Nicholas Bailey, build a rapport, and then he will answer you. He's a very friendly guy.
Okay.
Okay.
Nicholas Bailey.
Yeah, Nicholas Bailey on WhatsApp. Let me put it here for everyone. It's called wclonthego.info, and you'll get to see who the people are in the background, and the different functions of the company and everything in one place. And that WhatsApp is Nicholas Bailey. He's not deleting his WhatsApp, although I've deleted WhatsApp already because of the terms and conditions change.
Yeah, I don't use WhatsApp.
Yeah. Don't blame me.
Okay, that was all my questions.
Once you get the number, Sean, I think he's also on Viber, he's on Signal, and he's on Telegram anyway. We have 4 different Telegram groups. One is for everybody else, which I avoid, but I'm part of. And then one is for our team, where I can give more focused question answers to our team. And so we're running a tight ship, fairly tight ship, so to speak.
Okay.
Great. It was awesome talking to you, Sean, because, those are the kind of questions we need people to ask, people to be challenging. Why is it ERC20? And I agree. I personally am not happy that it's an ERC20 token. You wouldn't know any better. You wouldn't know any different if you've not been in the cryptocurrency space. But it doesn't matter to us. And the reason for that, okay, it's very simple. You want to move your crypto from one place to another place, you have to pay a small little fee known as a gas fee. The reason you pay the gas fee, and the gas fee is deducted from your Ethereum. If you want to transfer your value from A to B, you don't want to use the same thing and have it used up or consumed in just making the transfer or speeding up the transfer. The bigger your gas fee, the higher is your priority. It'll go faster. If you reduce the gas fee, it could take 5-6 days. I mean, I'm with another opportunity, which is a precious metals and oil and gas based opportunity in Switzerland. I get paid every month in Bitcoin. Last month, I withdrew about $5,000 worth of euros worth of Bitcoin, and it didn't settle for 7 days. So I sent a stinker of an email to support saying, tell that CEO cheapskate to up the gas fee. Basically, it's not gas fee, it just has to add more Bitcoin.
A mining fee for Bitcoin.
Mining fee. Satoshis he needs to add to it. The pennies to the dollar is Satoshi to the Bitcoin. So he needs to add more Satoshis to it and make it happen. And it was there within half an hour. So this is what gas fee is. Although Bitcoin should be super cheap. I mean, if you transfer $100 million, it doesn't cost more than sending a few $100s. But there is still a fee element attached to it, and this is exactly why ERC20 tokens are not ideal. But given the fact that our tokens are not going to be moving around too much, and we don't need to list them. I mean, BNB tokens are listed on multiple other exchanges. Ours probably will at some point as well. But our focus is not on getting our tokens listed on our other exchanges. Our tokens is to increase the number of holders of our tokens to begin with, and then get our main IM exchange populated with the external traders coming in. Remember, those who love the crypto trading, they also hate MLM at the same time. You can't have both ways. Traders are the type that have 6 screens running and they're in the basement of their mother's home and they're trading away. And multi-level marketing people are out there talking to people, socializing, don't necessarily know the depths of everything, but we know how to connect with people, and that's where the money is. So the two groups of people don't necessarily comfortably mix, and a lot of cryptocurrency-based multi-level marketing companies have proven to be scams over a period of time. OneCoin was not even a cryptocurrency, so I'm not even going to honor them with a further discussion about it. They never had a blockchain, they never had a coin, it was just numbers in the back office. Whereas there have been real listed cryptocurrencies that were planned to be scams, including Das Coin, Futuro Coin, KBC, Karatbars Coin. They were all planned from the beginning to be nothing more than a fraud. And now that they've imploded and exploded, and the people are all in tears, multi-level marketing itself as a viable home-based distribution business has suffered because of these failures. So we have a good combination here. We have Scott Warren, compensation plan lawyer with 38 years of experience, telling us the compensation plan is all fine and clean. And then we've got a securities attorney, resident in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And by the way, Sean, we are going to meet up at some point in Las Vegas. It's going to be a small group, 20, 30, maybe 50 people, depending on how many star rankers we have. the company's already decided that we're not going to go with somebody's external reputation. We're going to go with their ranking inside our business to prove that they've helped this business. Harold is already looking forward to it. So is Andy and Uwe. I know these guys. And Nikos, if possible, we'll see you in Las Vegas as well. And the idea is we it's not a hyped up business. There are no showgirls and champagne flowing in 5-star hotels kind of a thing. We just sit down and let the lawyers explain to us what they've actually created and what the far-reaching implications of these 13 new laws of Wyoming actually mean for us. It's going to be a 2-day event. Your hotel and travel will be paid. Some of the food will be covered, but obviously your breakfast is on you. And thereafter, we'll be able to report much more confidently that we've actually met the guys, because I'm in the United Kingdom. Under lockdown, I couldn't go anywhere else. So I had to rely on my banking compliance instincts to make sure I filtered through all the necessary aspects of this business. Oh, by the way, Sean, who invited you?
Nikos.
Oh, Nikos. All right. Awesome, Nikos. And anybody else? Any questions, please?
Yeah, can you list the Bitcoins that went bad?
What? Sorry, say that again.
You said DAS went bad. The DAS coin went bad. There are a number of them that went bad because can you list them? Can you just tell us them again?
There's far too many. Look, there was one called TBC, the billion coin, right? It was promoted heavily by a US-based multi-level marketer known as Ryan Conley. Mm-hmm. And I asked Ryan a simple thing. I've spoken to him a number of times, and I don't necessarily, I don't do hero worship when it comes to network marketing. So I asked him bluntly, I'm like, this token is going up a few cents per day, every day, without fail. How is that possible? And why is there such a consistency in its price going up? He's like, man, that's how the algorithm is designed. No. There's no algorithm on earth that is going to make something go up in value unless it's just fake numbers on a screen, because that damn thing never collapsed one day. Never one day. And all of a sudden, they're like, oh, this is the new Bitcoin. This is the new Bitcoin. This is what. People started dumping their Bitcoin. And remember now, 2015, 16, 17, Bitcoin was before the last bull run when it touched 20,000 and then came back down. Before that, Bitcoin was like $300, $400, $900. You know, you could still pick it up fairly. What now feels like really cheap. So people all around the world, especially in countries where they have not enough education on doing proper due diligence, especially countries like India, for example, where I am from, I know that when I speak to people, they don't necessarily have that level of filter to know that they're being taken for a ride. So they got these really precious Bitcoins. They put them into this opportunity, the billion coin, TBC. So they lost their Bitcoin. They got worthless digits shown in a back office, and then the system collapsed, right? The billion coin was not based anywhere. When you asked who's the creator of the billion coin, they just said it's Kris Kringle. Hang on, that's Kris Kringle is the name of Santa Claus from a 1930s black and white movie. That's the level of piss take people were taking. There's another token that obviously collapsed very recently, known as WESA, W-E-S-A. We share abundance, WESA, okay? And if you were to buy the WESA, We Share Abundance coin, when I ask the people involved behind it, I'm like, who's doing this? What's behind it and all that? No, its value is guaranteed by real physical assets. Okay, fine, show me the ledger. Show me where is the value preserved. Where is this token even listed on Etherscan? If it's an Ethereum-based token, it should be on Etherscan. If it's an EOS based token, and there aren't many of them, which is one of the reasons why you don't want to touch EOS. They've had to return most of the money they raised. There was the largest ever capital raise for an ICO, EOS, but they have to return, and they're facing a lot of trouble. EOS was meant to be competition to Ethereum, and Ethereum is a real token that basically based on which a number of other tokens exist, including our own. So that Ethereum is clean. And Ethereum is actually a genius idea. Ethereum is the real gem in the crypto environment, whereas Bitcoin is the sort of Captain America. Attention goes all over there, but the real brains behind crypto is actually Ethereum. So anyway, Visa token, people were getting pooled opportunity options as a reward. They called it pooled opportunity options. In short, they were getting poo. That's the level of piss take the owner did by taking Bitcoin from people, giving them fake Visa tokens, making them think they are making a lot of money. And the thing is, when they think they're making a lot of money, those kind of systems, they pay you once a month. So the owner gets a review to see, right, who am I going to pay? Who deserves getting paid? And then they pay a little bit, but not all of it. Whereas, this is one of the reasons why I find our opportunity so clear and transparent. You've made volume in the back office, you withdraw your money straight away. You're getting paid on a daily basis. If you're growing daily, you get paid daily. That's one clear way of saying they're not withholding anything for some kind of future allocation or whatever, number one. But anyway, this poo token is giving them poo in exchange for this. Das Coin, right? When it launched Das Coin, they said we're going to have Das Pay system. Google Pay has this much volume. Apple Pay has this much volume. The next big thing is going to be Das Pay because we're the first to create a payment system based on this. The Irish scammer / promoter that I met at London Hilton, Heathrow Hilton, when I met him in the morning at breakfast, and he's telling me, "Oh, how much are you making in your gold and silver business?" I said, "Well, it's going okay. I've got a team of about 138 so far." And he's like, "Oh, come on, man, come on! I've got like 5,000 people." I'm like, "Okay, fine, 5,000 people. But what is your token?" He's like, "Oh no, it's all clean, man. It's all. I've been there. I've seen it myself. It's all trading on the exchange, trading on the. It's all seen. I've seen it there." Fine. This was in December of that year, 2016. Then comes March 2017, and all the other leaders, including the Welsh and some more Irish people, they are now all of a sudden found going to Switzerland to mint the coin. The great minting event, and leaders were called to Switzerland, put up in some hotel, all gimmicks, okay? Because the coin did not exist until March. So how did this fellow, the Irish guy, how did he actually see it trading on exchange? So you can't bullshit me. I've been Series 7 registered. I've traded on the NASD in the year 2000 when most people didn't even know online trading existed, right? I'm one of the first people to execute the world's first ever online client-driven Forex execution happened in my team. I was the third person to trial the system. I was one of only 3 people chosen at Merrill Lynch in London.